Now, I'd have a pretty big bet on this horse.
I thought he was entitled to win that. He was odds on, and he'd be one that I would rule out.
With Jackie on the ground.
But I'm gonna have to stop you there straight away. Hello and welcome back to the Only Fools Love Horses YouTube channel, and the season-defining flat race of the European flat calendar is upon us. Yes, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, 1 mile 4, round Paris Longchamp with a roll of honour that is simply sublime. Enable, Golden Horn, Sotas, and recently Ace Impact. Who's going to be etching their names into Legendary Trophy? Well, here's all you need to know about the big race. Of course, the three of us from the Only Fools Love Horse YouTube channel are here for the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe preview. Lee, big race. It's probably the big race that sort of sees off the flat season. We've got Champions Day and all that, but this really is, once this race is done, we can start thinking about the Persian War at Chep. So how are things? And the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, it's a big race now.
Yeah, huge race, Ash. I love it every year. I used to watch it with my dad, and it was a real special race for me. And like you say, it kind of ends it for myself. I transition into the jumps. Got Chepstow next week. I was just on about it to Ian Rain, actually, from the Cheltenham Exchange, and he's buzzing to get back into the jumps. But yeah, we've got this big race to come first, and I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, really, I'm looking forward to it as well. Harry, competitive affair. There's maybe not one that sort of, there's not a see the stars in the lineup, but it's a really competitive affair, and we'll sort of talk a little bit about the main contenders and what we all fancy for the big race.
Yeah, look, good evening or good morning, whatever time that you're looking at this video. No, look, it's not. I know we had a little bit of a conversation. Not a vintage renewal. There's no that real star. Now there could be surprised, but it doesn't look like it. But it certainly makes it more interesting for us lads, especially looking into the race, because there's plenty more angles. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into why one of us is right and why another one is completely wrong. But look, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a fascinating race. It'll be my first time actually going to Longchamp, and I really can't wait for that. Just the weather doesn't look too good on the Sunday, but look, it's whatever it ends up being. It should be an absolutely cracking race, and what a card as well.
I'm sure you'll have a fantastic time over there, Harry. No matter rain or shine, really. So we're going to sort of do it a little bit differently. Obviously, there's the big group ones that we have around the arc, which we'll come to in the latter end of the video. So make sure to stick around for that, and do like the video if you like this, and make sure to subscribe as well. But we're going to cover those sort of other ones right at the end. But we're going to make a main focus for a good amount of time on the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, and we'll go for its main contenders. So we'll have the betting sort of rolling in the bottom there. But just to confirm, look, the Vega 9-2, Sosie 9-2, Shin Emperor 6-1, Los Angeles 13-2, our Riffa 10s, bigger the rest. Lee, I'm going to come to you first, because we had a bit of a market move towards the top end when Sosie won last time out, won the Prix Niel over in Longchamp, course and distance winner. What do you reckon of Andre Farb's chance here at the top of the market? Is he want to sort of be hanging your hat on, coming into the sort of the betting at the top late in the day?
I think he's a worthy market leader, Ash. I really do. I think -2's fair. 6 runs, 3 at Longchamp, 103 there. The last 2, so was a Group 1, a Group 2 the last day there, and won it over the distance, handles soft ground. What's not to like, so trip, track, and conditions are likely as well. So yeah, I think a market leader worthy of that title, I would have said.
But Harry, you've been a fan of Look to Vega all season, haven't you, really? And there was comments in the Racing Post the other day from Connections saying a really nice piece of work that's brought him on from his last run, finishing third to Sosie in that race mentioned there. So do you think that Look to Vega can, turn the table? He's been the fav for pretty much all season now, and now he's just joint fav.
Yeah, look, last year he made a really, really good impression. He was obviously, he only ran once, but he did burst into life when he won the Prix du Jockey Club at Chantilly in June, and since then I think that it's always been the case. And look, you've got to expect with these horses that maybe aren't up to match fitness that they will come on for the run. And I thought, look, don't get me wrong, I thought it was a bad run. And the market suggested that quite early, quite quickly as well, because he drifted all the way out. I think he was close to evens when he went off, and 10 minutes before you were looking at a 2's-on shot. So I think looking at him on the TV, you could quite clearly see he had quite a bit of condition about him. But that's not to suggest that won't have stripped him much better come Sunday. And I think he's got that made. He might just have that sparkle in this field, but whether he can turn around that bad run from the last 8, I won't be too sure. I'd be willing to wait, especially on the ground, to see what that comes up on Sunday.
What's interesting is the betting is quite dominated by 3-year-olds, and 3-year-olds have a fair record in the race. They obviously get the weight; they get £6 from their elders, and you got Sosie 3-year-old, Look to Vega 3-year-old, Shin Emperor 3-year-old, Los Angeles the same. Riffa's a 4-year-old, but Delilah's in there 3-year-old. Aventure in there is a 3-year-old, and she obviously gets the weight for being a filly as well. So, is there any other 3-year-olds there mentioned? Lee, I know you were talking a little bit off camera. Is it Delilah? Is that a horse that you're a bit of a fan of, or is that more of a both you and Harry?
Yeah, no, me and Harry are both like that horse, and I think the one thing that put us off, Ash, I tried to look back at the races, and being behind Sosie a couple of times this season, the head carriage, I don't know if throwing his head up in the air or not, or whether it was a little bit high. I don't know if he was not ungenuine, but I don't know if it was just learning on the job. I wasn't sure. It did keep catching my eye in a couple of runs. Other than that, though, had to come around runners, dwelt a couple of times, stayed on really well, and was 3rd behind Sosie, a couple of runs back, 2nd the last day there behind Sosie as well. So stayed on really well. Yeah, there's a one niggling doubt about that, but if not, you could see it look as being an eye catcher in the runs previously. So yeah, Delilah's for me and Harry, I think is a worthy price as well.
Harry, anything to add there?
Yeah, I think it's a good price. I think it's Delius. Look, I just think that the form. Obviously, I know Illinois split the 2 of them in the Grand Prix de Paris, but this Delius, my only worry would be he kind of tends to lose his race at the start. I mean, he sometimes just rears up and that's game over then, and you won't be able to do that in this sort of field, because there is obviously so much talent on show. But I do think that if the ground was to dry up, I think this Delius has got a massive chance, and you've just got to go back to Shanti when he absolutely bolted up over Sumion. The one thing I would say is that he takes his races really well. Now he started at the 7th of April this year, and he's been pretty busy ever since. But the only time he wasn't busy was between July and September. And that's when he had that, obviously, the comeback run with obviously the Arc in mind. I think that he's going to be a massive player come Sunday. We know that he'll go on whatever ground really. He's won on heavy at Longchamp, and he came 2nd to Sosie on soft. So I really do think this Delius has got a massive old chance.
Can I just chip in, Ash?
Yeah, go on.
So these couple of runs, like Delius, and there's another one in there, slips in my mind, but they've been eye catching and staying on from the back. But if you look at Sosie, that horse has actually won quite decisively still at the end. When I was watching back, always held them runners. I know they've had to come from the back and sweep round runners and make a late play. So they're always going to be the eye catcher in the run. But Sosie, I think, has won comfortably enough. Look, I like the 2 of them, but yeah, if you do watch them back, Sosie's probably got more improvements still to come probably.
But that's reflective in the price, though, isn't it? That's reflective in the price.
Yeah.
So you take a swing on a 9-2 shot, but I'd rather say Delius maybe with these extra places. I know you love these extra places, Lee. But it'd be worth it, and especially come the ground, I'd say just hold fire. There's no point digging in now.
I think what's interesting about Sosie is you look through his form and what he's done on the ground. So I think the ground we should mention mention the ground, because as of we're recording this on Tuesday evening. So yesterday it was Souple and Très Souple, a mixture of. That's the extent of my French. Dropped it at GCSE. But so it's going to be basically
what has this channel come to? Well, it's like a Duolingo class, mate.
And there's plenty more to come. If there's one thing we can always do, is bad pronunciations, that's for sure. It's a mixture of good to soft and soft at the moment. I can't imagine it getting much quicker than that because there's potentially going to be showers coming in tomorrow. There's actually a huge shower coming on next Monday. So if the weather forecasters have got that off by a day, could be hitting the track, but it's looking unlikely. They've had 40 mil of rain since the 15th of September. So it's not going to be last year's arc, the Ace Impact bolts up on quick ground. It's going to be good to soft kind of thing. So if you've got a fast ground horse in there, it's difficult to see. But the interesting thing with Sosie is that all of his form is on pretty much soft ground. He's finished third to Look to Vega on heavy. He's one on soft, one on soft, one on soft. He was second to War Chimes, a 2-year-old on heavy. But he's by Sea the Stars out of a mare who won on good ground and raced on good to firm ground. So I think it's really interesting the fact that you could actually see some improvement from Sosie on coming into slightly better ground. Like, not talking rattling quick, but slightly better ground. And while we're on the ground topic, because Harry, I know you have an opinion about Shin Emperor on the ground, but I'm going to mention that. Go on, Japanese horse on slow ground. It's not going to handle it, is it?
Look, you just look at the record. You just look at the record, and I wouldn't back it with stolen money. I think 6-1 is absolutely criminal money. It's a criminal price.
That's the first one of the season.
Now,
I just can't have it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a big old win.
I can't wait for if Shin Emperor kicks her home and all the videos of the Japanese like roaring it home and it gets done. Like,
the thing is, I've done this twice now this year.
Every year they have like a runner that seems to go for home or like has a good chance and seems to fall out. I said
I've done it twice. There was the Raider, the St. Ledger winner. The St. Ledger winner that came there swinging in the Triomphe, and I was thinking, my heart is in my arse here. Like, I just cannot have this.
You said the game's gone. Like, the game's gone if Dereza wins the Judgment, didn't you? And then
but in fairness, the game would have been gone because that horse should not have been beating our best 3-year-olds. But anyway,
I need to chime in and back up Shin Emperor here because look,
again, Shin Emperor, right? Let me tell you why Shin Emperor won't win this race.
Right, okay.
Because he simply is not good enough. You don't need to worry about these form lines. He just isn't good enough. Look, he's become behind Economics, who is a very, very good run. But look, he was staying on from a mile back in a race that they went far too hard in. It's simple as that. Now, you could say at the end of the day, if they ran that race again, that I think that they'd have both held on to their mounts, especially in front, for as long as they would. And they'd have put miles of distance. They'd have put miles and miles between Shin Emperor and Los Angeles, who I think if you had a match bet between Los Angeles and Shin Emperor, I will have whatever you want on Los Angeles overturning that fall.
Maybe we'll sort something out. I'm just going to back the case of Shin Emperor, and I've gone back to the old paper trail here for me because it's what I've been doing with my day-to-day. But look, I'd agree with you if it was a standard Japanese horse bred by Japanese sires with Japanese on the ground. But I'm going to have to stop you there straight away. By Sayuni out of a Galileo mare, making him a full brother to Sotas, who won. What race did Sotas win, Harry?
Well, it was Sotas.
Sotas, sorry. The 2020 arc on very soft ground. The pedigree is littered with horses that will be handling slower conditions. He's really well bred. He's one of the best bred horses in the race. I think he's got an outstanding chance.
Ash, if you've been running on roller skates on the road for 4 years, and then you go into the sea with the roller skates, you won't go forward on them. You'll just sink, because that is what this horse has been doing. Been running on rattling ground, and this will be the softest ground, regardless of what they say. If it's good to soft, it will be the softest ground that this horse has ever encountered, and he will hate it.
Right, you like Harry. You don't like him, Ash.
I don't care. I don't care what people say.
I don't like is Riffa. I think was entitled to win. It's Hop and Gordon the last day of the Group 1. Obviously run out in the clips behind City of Troy. We know what he's done, but I thought he was entitled to win that. He was odds on, and he'd be one that I would rule out. I know Shin Emperor, look, I thought it was a fair run in the Champions stakes there, let us down, but yeah, Riffa, I'm happy to cross that one off. Ash, you don't mind Riffa, do you?
I'm getting my muscles out. I'm backing both of them. I'm taking you both on. Look, our Riffa. Obviously, the big thing is the jockey change. Lee, what's the correct pronunciation? I don't want to put myself away for the jockey.
I thought, is it?
Drop Lee in that one.
Ask a Geordie how to pronounce stuff. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you talk. Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, you got me there. It's you bang on, and so that's the big talking thing. And obviously, a lot of people would maybe prefer Dylan Brown McGonigal on. I probably would be in that camp just because he knows the horse better. He obviously wouldn't have as much experience in the Arc or as much experience around Longchamp, but he has decent experience around Longchamp. He knows the horse a lot better, and I think that's the key thing there. But I just think you have to look at the horse's form and go, got a great chance. Second, City of Troy in the Eclipse. City of Troy may have been below par that day, but it's still form that's worked out nicely. Ghostwriter's since come out and ran again behind Economics in the Irish Champion with August Rodin and Shin Emperor there. See the Fire's since come out to finish second to Opera Singer in the the Nassau, and then go and win the Strensel Stakes. Looks like really good form. Going back to last year, was second to Ace Impact in the Group 2 leading up to the Arc. Should handle any type of ground, but the slightly sort of good soft ground I think might just be a sweet spot. The two horses I'd fancy are our Riffa and Shin Emperor, and I'm taking you both on. Can't wait for the clips. I'm gonna have a great time on TikTok when this loses. We'll go for the bigger prices because there are some bigger prices in here. They're scrolling across the screen. It's a 40-1 bar I've put on the screen there, but you've got horse in there. August Rodin's not going to go, but it looks like Continuous might go. Sparkling Plenty might go. Savannah's Night, Sunway, Zarakem, Hayazark, Survey or Survey. Anyone, first one, hands up. Anyone at a big price they fancy? Lee?
Two of the price I would say is Aventure. I think has got a fair chance around 20s there. She has got fair form lines. She was second in the Vermeer, staying on fair enough as well. Pine Brew stock in the last day, and I thought that was a good run. And also, is it Sevilla? The outsider. Yeah. So
so Survey or Survey or whatever. Yeah.
Rank outsider there. I think it was about 66s yesterday, but I just think it's going to be overlooked if you can get them extra places as well. Stays the trip, handles the ground. It's got form lines with a few of these, including Sparkling Plenty. Is it?
Yeah.
I just think it is the one that's way overpriced. A rank outsider. Look, it's worth a couple of quid each way. But Aventure and Delius at the price is probably for me.
Yeah, second to Sparkling Plenty in the Prix de Diane, the French Oaks. Harry, anything at a big price? If not, we'll go into and round up this race.
Not really. It depends on the ground. If Zarakan would obviously appreciate if this ground went to an absolute bog. It could well do, but he's a weird horse really because he absolutely bolted up and he beat Horizon Door at Longchamp over 10 furlongs, and that was on heavy ground, and then went to Ascot and was second behind August Rodin in the Prince of Wales. So he's a very weird horse, but he shouldn't be a 50-1 shot. And I could imagine that if anyone came for a bit of money, especially these outsiders, I think he might just be the one.
Right, gents, I'm going to nail you down to a Prix de Triomphe 1, 2, 3. I'll go first because I've dropped it slightly on you there. My first horse home is going to be, for the first time ever, Shin Emperor for the Japanese. The second horse home is going to be our Riffa. And the third horse home is going to be Blue Stocking. I think she's got a fair chance with the ground slightly coming towards her preferableness. Lee?
Sosie to win, Delius for second, Aventure at a big price for third. I will just give a shout to that outsider though.
The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, look, you're definitely going to get extra places, but that was just it's worth £1 or £2 each way at a massive price. But yeah, I do think Sosie is being holding them well and will win it.
Nice, Harry.
Yeah, I'm going Shin Emperor to win.
What are you going for? Come on.
You're not doing anything there. Come on.
No, Delius. I'm going Delius to win. I really like Delius. I'm going to go Look to Vega to come second, and Los Angeles. I think will run really well, but I think we'll just fill the places.
So that's the Prix Triomphe covered, gentlemen, and we'll go on to the other Group 1s on the weekend. We're going to keep this short, we'll keep this sweet, much like Harry, but there's plenty to cover. I'll come to Lee first of all. What do you fancy elsewhere on the weekend?
One that I would definitely stay away for, Ash, is, by the way, is the Abbey. I think that is a minefield. They run it on the far side track. If you don't get out, you've got no chance. Look, it's 4-2 on the field there as well. And yeah, keep your powder dry. I would dodge the Abbey.
Wait for the draw. Wait for the draw. The low still tend to do well.
If you're in behind, you're screwed anyway, I think. The Forey I'm looking forward to. Kinross, I've seen Ross Orion says he messed up the tactics at Goodwood. Maybe he's got it right at Doncaster, bolted up 7 furlong soft ground. The Forey as well, like Kinross is a worthy favourite there. I would forgive Audience if he did run at around 8. I know I haven't been a fan this season. I've been with Kinross against Audience and Goodwood there, but yeah, I'd forgive that. We know his talent, and I think this race might suit, to be honest. Yeah, look, the Cadran there. We've got Kiprios. Hopefully he'll put on a good show. He's bolted up in that race before, and yeah, look, want to watch and look forward to. And yeah, I'll probably just see how it goes on the day. There's plenty to get stuck into, but dodge that Abbey for me.
I'll go with one now, just so I can split up my two, because I've got plenty of reasoning for them, but I'll go for one now. The one I've been waiting for a while. By the way, I'll mention Audience. Yes, love the horse. Ground would be a small worry. I think he likes it. I think he wants it rattling.
But we know he stays that little bit further.
Just a mile, yeah.
And it's just I don't see a standout now, and I feel like he's you know the Group 1 winner in it. But look, Kinross in conditions. We know Kinross is a Group 1 winner, and we know conditions will suit Kinross. I think 72 is fair for Kinross.
Would you see Ramatuelle being any danger? The French
from
last year?
No,
fair enough. Yeah, Audience, I think, just might want it rattling. I'd love the Gosdens to send him to the Breeders' Cup Mile, but anyway. The Prix de l'Opera, I've been waiting all season. Well, not all season. I've been waiting about a month for Friendly Soul to come into the Opera, because I've been a huge fan of this horse all season. First of all, the big thing is the form of Calpana from the Pretty Polly at Newmarket in May. 2 of them pulled well clear. Calpana's well back from day, went off 4-6. Obviously, we know what she's gone on to do since. Win the September Stakes, won the race at Hamilton, that listed race. It's now the 3-1 fav for the fillies and mares on Champions Day. That looks like really, really good form. 2 horses sprinting away from 90 horses who are 13 lengths back. Beautiful, works out perfectly in my book. One was disappointing next time out, then won the Group 3 Valiant Stakes, the 4th soprano since won a Group 3, and then finished 3rd in the Matron Stakes, which was obviously a 1-2 for Porta Fortuna and Fallen Angel, arguably the 2 best 3-year-old fillies this season. Maybe Chuck Opera Singer in there as well, but 2 standouts in the 3-year-old filly department. And the 6th Sirona has since finished 2nd in a listed race and then won a listed race, the Rosemary Stakes most recently. Nice pedigree, comes from a pedigree of 7 black type horses, including With You, who won the Group 1 Prix Rothschild, I want to say 2018. Friendly Soul 8-1 in the Prix de l'Opera. I think she's got a sterling chance, and she's a horse I absolutely love. Harry, yourself, you said you had one. Go on.
Yeah, I'm going to give you one. Now, I would have a pretty big bet on this horse, especially if the ground stayed nice enough. Now, it's just not even at Longchamp, and it's not even in France. It's at my local, and it's over the jumps. It's at Utoxeter, and it arguably, for the start of October, what a novice chase that is. I mean, you've got the likes of Lotus Sud in there, who was obviously second behind Absurd in the county, which is, look, he's got all the makings of a proper horse. Mighty Tom's in there for Keane Collins, the Irish Raider. He's had plenty of experience, especially around Cheltenham as well, and obviously was 5th behind Nürburgring in the Galway Hurdle. Rambo T for Ollie Murphy. I know Ollie Murphy spoke quite highly about Rambo T, especially going chasing this year. So, but I think Rare Edition, Charlie Longston likes to hit the ground running early on in the season.
Yeah.
He will have Rare Edition ready and raring to go. See what I did there, Ash? That was quite good, wasn't it? But look, I just think
B- for that.
but no, he's when I seen him, I thought he was a chaser. Now, I just think the way he hurdles has got everything right for a chaser. Now, you talk to a pretty easy track to go jumping around. It's galloping. He won't mind obviously going left-handed. But the only thing is, Utoxter, for those that have been and for those that know Utoxter, when it rains, it fucking pours. And it will get into the ground. But look, don't get me wrong, they've not been racing on it for quite a while now, so it should be all right. So Rare Edition would be a very big bet for my standards on Sunday.
Can I give one? I was meant to mention last week, but with Harry just mentioned there, Alien Storm, by the way, won a couple of weeks ago there, Plumpton. And
those green colours, Alien Storm.
Holton jumped like an absolute stag.
It jumped great. I forgot to mention on last week's, just wanted to follow, but it's a handicap and it'll be turned out soon enough, I would have said. Like Harry says, like these yards, they like to get fire in early doors. So yeah, just want to watch Alien Storm. I would have said probably win next time. It looked jump for fun and it only, I think I missed the second last, but it was back on the bit and won well, I thought.
The jumps really are coming out, aren't they? The green and gold, doing the green and gold proud in the background. The final one for me on Arc Weekend, just at this early stage, 12-1 about Ottery in the Juddmonte Silks, but it isn't trained by anyone over here. It's trained by Andre Farb. I think she's ready to take the step up in the Prix de Royaulieu, the 3:33 at Longchamp on Saturday, I believe. She's got some nice form and she's just come to the ball nice. I think she's improved really nicely from 3 to 4. 2 starts ago, she finished staying on third to double major. Double major since bolstered up under a penalty in another Group 2 and is running in the Cadran. I'd almost say he's got an each way chance in the Cadran. I know Kipchoge's going to go and win, but I'd see double majors in my top 3 for the Cadran. Then went on to the group to another Group 2. Bad run through, but stayed on, and the winner, the one that Lee fancies, Aventure for the Arc, is obviously going to go run in the Arc, so the form could be boosted. But at least the connections half fancy Aventure to run her in the Arc. Was staying on nicely that day. Got a really sort of tough enough ride, and I'd say the jockey would want it again. By Dubai, we have a Group 2 winner who did some good work on soft ground. I have it between her and Keys Chorister in the Royal U, and I can't really split them too much. I'd say Keys Chorister's got a great chance, but I think this Ottery's just a bit underrated and is ready for the step up. But that's Arc Weekend covered, gentlemen. We're going to be doing. Are we? Harry, you'll be in France. You'll be over in Paris. Will you be doing the Saturday live, or are you going to be a bit busy?
Yeah, should be. No, Saturday I'm not going racing, so should be all good for Saturday. I keep forgetting that Paris is an hour in front, so I won't be joining in at 10:30. So
11:30 for you. Make sure to set the alarm. But we're doing Saturday live, Lee. It'll be Arc focused, I'm sure. We did it last year, and it was a pretty nice success, if I recall nicely.
Yeah, we'll be back at 10:30 a.m. every Saturday on the Twitter there, and of course we've got the jumps kicking back in next weekend at Chepstow. But we had well over 100 likes there on the last video. Well over 3,000 views as well. Keep subscribing, it's all free. Keep clicking the legs as well, but we really do appreciate your support.
Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe for more videos, and we'll be kicking on to the jumps for Chepstow. Big week coming up there. Then it'll be Champions Day. Then it'll be Cheltenham. There'll be the Cheltenham Festival before you know it. Thank you very much for watching. If you're having a play on any of our fancies, do it responsibly, and best of luck for Arc Weekend. It's a good race. There's the love hearts again. It's a good race. Enjoy it. Best of luck, as you were.
Cheers all.